Hello everybody, welcome back to Creating Hanley. I am Kimberly at Creating Hanley, and I want to talk about this little project. So this was a impromptu. This was an impromptu project that I just created because I wanted to demonstrate a couple of things to you guys just to finish up the Sew a Year Full of Stars. So these were my star blocks, my quilt-along blocks that I had just created just for a demonstration. I didn't want to do this project as a project to teach you how to do it, but I just wanted to show you a couple of techniques. And to do it on my Sew a Year Full of Stars quilt wasn't going to work for me. So I just created this specifically for that reason, just to teach you some things. However, and it's done. I finished it. Done. Yay. It's bound. It's sashed. So here's the sashing. These were the quilt blocks. I only did 4. And I used star or galaxy kind of fabric. And then I did my yin yang. You can see my yin yang. And I did, kind of looks like a cat ear, but I just did like I just did points. So this was my impromptu star block. You get it, right? So I want to show you how wavy this is. It's wavy. It's not perfect at all. The stitches, look, they're terrible. So wait, where was it? If you look underneath, so let me get a pointer. My trusty thread or seam ripper. So you can see right here, right there, this stitch line right there, underneath the black part, that shouldn't be there. That was a miss stitch. And kind of the same thing on the back. Like you can see this stitch line here, this white or lighter color thread, that shouldn't be there either. So you shouldn't see those threads, right? But you do. And then so what I did was I did a boxed, I guess this is called a boxed sashing. So I did 4 different strips of binding, and I sewed them on the whites on opposite sides and the blacks on opposite sides. So the white is actually this cream color to match, so that matches, and then the black matches. Okay. So I just want to say this is very much imperfect. And as I was just hitting record, I noticed this part is not even caught in the seam. So where's my little seam ripper here? If I lift this up, you can see I can tuck this right under here. That's a mistake that should not have happened. That should have been caught in, obviously that should have been caught in this sashing. So that tells you that I had very little extra fabric to work with when I was doing this project, because it was so close, because the measurements are just so, oops, sorry for bumping that. They were so close. And if you look on the back here, that shouldn't have happened either. And neither should this be sticking out. So I just want to talk about the word perfect. Right now it's done. Well, except for that little part that's open, I am going to do a creative stitch. I'm just going to find like some kind of creative stitch on here and just do that little part and knot it up and call it done. It's done. That's the perfect part about it. It's done. Now, can I sell this and for $1 million and win awards? No. Nope. I cannot. Not for perfection. But my intention was to throw this on the floor and sit on it for a meditation mat anyway, or maybe give it to my cat. who actually is vying for my attention. Yes, I know, sweetie. So I just wanted to say that a couple of things. One, if you're new and just beginning, don't expect perfection. Um, and don't be really critical and super hard on yourself, because these things happen even to the best of us. And I am certainly not the best of us. I do not have like this super, I don't know, like multi-million dollar sewing studio. I do not have an empire in fabric and quilting. That is not me. I am just a lady who likes to sew actually and likes to quilt, but I have limitations, and binding is not one of my strong suits. And as much as I practice, it really bothers me to do binding. It just is not one of my favorite things. Um it just really bothers me. So I know that is either a limitation, or that's just something about me and quilting that I do not find pleasurable. What I find pleasurable is coming up with projects. For example, coming up with projects like this Christmas tree, coming up with this project and then cutting out what I need and then sewing it all together and quilting it. That's what I like. Or not even quilting it. I don't even like all the thread over top of that. If you see my quilt projects, very little quilting has taken place here. Very little. You can see, maybe on the back, you can see like where the colored thread is. Very little quilting happens. Just enough to maybe like keep the batting and the backing together, like the whole sandwich together. But otherwise, I mean, I don't really want to ruin this project by throwing thread all over top of it, if you know what I mean. Now, some quilts are done like primo, like the people, the long armers who do the stitching, like that very intricate stitching in each different place on the quilt. Sorry, I gotta do this. They are perfection. They do the job right. They like what they do, but they also have like this huge equipment in order to do that. I do not. I just have a room in my house, and this is set up completely for sewing, just for sewing. And in a previous video, you sort of saw the untour that I did, and yeah. So I just wanted to say that it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you do it and as long as you enjoy the process. Now, I know I do not like binding, and it shows. My bindings are like a child did it. And I kind of apologize for the cat, but I don't, because it's her playtime and she's really looking for my attention right now, and I'm going to give it to her. But I just wanted to pop on here and say, don't worry about perfection. Just do it. If it's something that you want to master, then keep doing it. Keep doing it time and time again, and do little projects. Maybe make little coasters and bind each coaster and have a set of 6 and bind all 6, and then do placemats and bind all 6 placemats, or 8 placemats, 8 coasters, and then do a table runner. And then, that gives, and then bind all of them a certain way, and then that'll give you lots of practice to perfect your, or at least get a little bit better in your binding or your sashing or whatever it is that you want to do. Just keep doing that same project over and over, or that same, just like when you're learning a language or when you're learning a sport or when you're learning music. Just keep hitting those same notes over and over and over. Just sing those chords, sing your notes. And then when you start to become better at it, then it becomes easier, and maybe then you'll like it. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, maybe 3-4 years, and I still don't like it. So I'm thinking binding is not for me. Hi, baby. Playing with my cat is definitely. I think I have to clean. Do you have litter on your paw? All right, I'm going to have to go clean her paw. I think there's litter stuck in those little beans. So cute. Anyway, So I just wanted to say that if it's not perfect, don't beat yourself up. Just keep doing it. And then maybe have a creative stitch. Like this little part that I'm going to have to re-sew right up here. That little open spot. I'm just going to do a creative stitch and call it a day and sit on it. It's a nice meditation mat or for my cat or whatever. So, or I'll throw it on a chair and it could be a chair cushion. All right, guys. So, well, that was a really long video, and it was kind of impromptu. And I just want to say, just sew, just sew, just keep on at it. Yeah. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.